63rd Annual Merrie Monarch Festival is this week in Hilo.
And this marks the 50th year that men are allowed to compete. Loea Hula, John Kahai Topolinsky led one of the first Kane Halau back in 1976, and he's back this year with his group from Honolulu called Kapahulu, Hawaii. They last performed at the festival in the mid-90s. Many of the Kane performing this year have not danced since then, but they couldn't say no after getting a personal invitation from festival president Auntie Luana Cabello.
My reaction was, really? Wow, the old timers came back, and it's as if they never left hula. I mean, you know.
Once I'm here at practice, it's like I never left. Yeah, it's just the energy of the guys kind of carries you through it.
Reed Saito danced at the Merrie Monarch Festival in 1995, and now he's 53 years old. He and the other Kane will be showing us all how to stay young this Friday and Saturday.
Oh, they still got it. And join us backstage at the highly anticipated event tomorrow night for a look at the Royal Court, live interviews with Kumuhula, and details of the talented halau competing. It starts at 7 o'clock on K5, and they're in for some rain too in Hilo.
They are. We're starting to see some heavy pockets of rain right now. There is a flood advisory, so we'll be watching that very carefully. We have first alert weather days for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, as we will be seeing more deep tropical moisture. We'll have more on that coming up at 10 o'clock.
Closed captioning for Hawaii News Now on K5 is sponsored by Aloha Termite and Pest Control, serving the state with aloha.
7 days a week, from sunrise to sunset. Hawaii News Now has more news more often. On K5, where local news lives.
Welcome to Talk Story, Hula is Life. I'm McKenna Maduli, and as always, so incredibly grateful to be sharing this time and space with all of you. Mahalo nui for tuning in. Eola ka'olelo Hawaii, the Hawaiian language shall live. During this special time of the year, it is incredibly important that we recognize the inseparability of Olelo Hawaii from Hula. Unless you're from Hawaii, your knowledge of Olelo Hawaii, the native Hawaiian language, might be limited to pictures of hula dancers and the word aloha. It reaches much deeper into the history of this indigenous culture than that, and has persisted here in Hawaii for over 1,000 years. The language has had a tumultuous history and was at one point even expected to be extinct by the end of the 20th century. That is not the case. A Hawaiian language renaissance has happened over the past 40 years, and today more people are interested in learning the language again. Tonight, in this Hula is Life special, we explore the language that has kept the history of our Hawaiian people, place, culture, and especially our hula alive. Before we begin, please say aloha to my one-man hula band, Liam Moleta. Hui, how are you?
Aloha nui.
Oh my God, so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
We, over the next hour, are going to spend time with kumu, linguist, scholar, researcher, and hakumele Puakia Nogomeyer. From Punanaleo o Nuuanu, Kumu Alakai, Kamaka Likole Hua Legon with a special guest. We vala'au with our reigning Miss Aloha Hula 2022 from Kala o Nohimai o Haehae Pi'ikea Lopez. And up first, we begin with someone very familiar to PEK, her father. Hula, professor and PhD, Hakumele musician. He is the director of the Kawaihuelani Center for Hawaiian Language at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, a kane of many talents. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Keawe Lopez. Aloha, Keawe.
Aloha nui ka aua e makiana. Mahalo nui ke ia kono ana mai iau e ruana like po me oi I loko no kohome nui ko hau ori.
Oh my gosh. You know, welcome, by the way. But when I was putting together this whole show, the one name that came up over and over and over again was Keawe Lopez. So mahalo nui for what you're doing in this community, because you're doing some powerful work.
Oh, mahalo nui. Mahalo kia koa.
Do you know, by the way, how many hawana you've had in your career?
Shucks, I've been teaching for over 25 years at the university. I started in '96, so maybe over 3,000 students.
Oh my goodness.
Over the years.
Yeah. So the fundraisers must go well for Kalao Nohi Mai o Hae Hae, right? As they prepare for a competition. Where did your love for our language start?
Well, you know, I have to go back to my grandmother who took me to church. And, you know, we went to Kamukumauloa, and her mother-in-law, who we called a Hawaiian grandma, her name was Abby Oinha. She was a Kahu Iwana Leo there. And, you know, we have a lot to credit the people of the Halepule who preserved our language, you know, at the time of the overthrow, the starting of the demise of our language. You know, a lot of our language was preserved within the churches, the Hawaiian churches. First started learning Pauku Pa'anao scriptures, Himani Haipule there. You know, I went to church on my dad's side, and lo and behold, on Hawaiian community in Namakuri, you know, we went to church. We had a lot of Mama Leo, a lot of native speakers there. You know, you would hear them talking. You would hear them speak with each other. And not until I got to school, high school, and I met my beautiful Hawaiian language teacher, Rebecca Sanborn, Kahelani Sanborn, and she's the one that lit that aloha inside of me, along with Hau'oli Akako, who was our teacher there as well. So 4 years of high school and then right into college, and was inspired by all the wonderful koa make olela Hawaii that were carrying and shouldering that wonderful kuleana of preserving our language.
Yeah. Forgive my reaction when I welcomed you here and you come out like, I want to so bad understand every single ounce of what you say, every single word, and I try and I grasp, and I'm still in that space. For someone like me who is wanting to learn and to be fluent like you, what is something that you say to the people of Hawaii who want to do that?
The opportunities are there more than ever. We just celebrated our 100-year anniversary of having Hawaiian language at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, starting in 1921 with Dr. Frederick Beckley, John Wise. Fast forward 100 years, you know, we have a little over 60 courses that are offered every year, a little over a student body of 1,000 that enroll in Hawaiian language courses. And then we have a wonderful extension of teachers that teach in the community as well. And this is not only for Kawaihuelani. I mean, from, you know, Hilo and all their wonderful work, Maui, Oahu as well, and all the way to Kauai and Ni'ihau. We can't forget them. You know, without them, where would our revitalization efforts be? And so we, you know, we give our aloha to all the po'e Ni'ihau who have, you know, aided in this this resurgence and this revitalization of our language, for sure. Yeah. But the opportunities are there.
They're there.
They're
okay.
there.
All right. I'm committed. You know, we're talking in this episode of Hula is Life, how Hula and Olelo Hawaii are inseparable. How do you feel? What are some ike in that for you?
You said it just the way it is. Without language, there is no hula. Without language, there is no mele. The lyrical content of mele embody the actual mana, the emotional, the intellectual, the everything of our people within the mele. And that's what we hula. We actually put hula to lyrics. Pukui said it best, you know, in an oral culture. Our mele and our mo'olelo, we're the encyclopedias, we're the libraries, we're the archives of our people. Because, you know, we couldn't go to the libraries. The libraries were housing actual people. The people were the people of the kumuhula, the kahuna, you know, those that actually stewarded over the culture knowledge. That's where you went to, you know, the library. The library of mele, the library of hula was with the hula people. It's inseparable for sure. You know, there is no hula without mele, and there's no mele without language, for sure.
I am absorbing all this ike that you provide. Where do you keep all this? You're so smart. I know. I'm going to compliment you. Receive it.
Oh.
Receive the makana of me telling you use one smart kanaka. Where do you put all this?
In a place where my aloha comes from. Yeah. And making sure that we don't lose any of that for the next generations to come, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just hit me. when you said that.
Receive.
Yeah.
Receive. And you, I can't even remember how many students you said, like, you've touched them. They really have said, you know, you've affected their mele, you've affected them on stage, their hula, and that is powerful.
Yeah, I have to thank those that have taught me.
Let's honor them right now.
My kumahula, Kima'alama Keolana, you know, inspired that in me, the breadth and depth of mele. And all those that have shared their aloha with us, both Tracy and I, but with our children as well. I can't help but be thankful, for those who have entrusted their knowledge that I get to share then with my students as well.
We're moments away from Kahiko Night in Hilo. And all of the words and the language that hit that stage, what is something that you teach your homona before they step foot on that floor?
That it's important to understand everything that we engage in the chant, and that our people come from a rich history. You know, Poi Poi said it best, you know, that our mele were comparative to those of the Hellenic people, what we call the Grecians, you know, the big poets of the world. He considered our literature, our body of literature, as being just as, and if not better than theirs. Try to inspire our students to know that history and to come onto that stage with that pride, that humble pride, you know, that what we share that day is to honor our ali'i, to honor our people, our relationship to our land. And we're just so excited every year to go and actually bring a piece of Kla'una Himeo Ha'ihai on the stage, you know, and collectively with all the halaus, it's a wonderful celebration of mele for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Are you ready for that? You ready? All right, you are so talented and so akamai. Will you stick around?
Yes, sure.
All right, absolutely. Liam, take us to break.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. And Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
What can I get you?
Can I please get a matcha latte and 2 banana bread?
Of course.
Mahalo.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Hi.
We'll take 2 banana bread and 1 matcha latte. Mahalo.
Thank you. Good morning.
Aloha. Mahalo.
Aloha.
Aloha.
2 banana bread and 1 matcha?
Hi.
Mahalo.
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 Olelo Hawaii.
Aloha. How can I help you?
There is no place in the world like our Hawaii. Our flavors, our relationship to the earth, the ways we show aloha. When you come, move, listen, laugh, and live like we do, Hawaii stays with you.
To Talk Story Hula is Life Eola Kaolelo Hawaii. I am here now with Kumu Hula Keave Lopez. I had the honor of hosting the Nahoku Hanohano Awards last year, and the Tuahine Troupe nominated for numerous awards, and who's all Hawaiian release champions, the preservation and advancement of our Olelo Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Tuahine Troupe. To see all those those Hawaiians, playing instruments. I mean, how did you even arrange all of them?
Oh, shucks. The Tuahine Troop, we've been singing together for the past 13 years.
It's absolutely
Just at all the events on campus. 10 years of teaching mele in my classes, seeing that there's this beautiful talent of students that come into your course, create an avenue for them to actually be able to sing as a troupe. Like the olden days, the wonderful Albina Mossman troupe. We wanted to follow in suit. So it was really nice to get them together. What we had was NHSS, or the Native Hawaiian Student Service, Dr. Willie Kawai and Melanie Belutsky built a recording studio in our department. And so we wanted the inaugural CD to be the Tuahine Troop.
Lilo ka makana na hoku hano hano no ka olelo Hawaii kia iwa o kula manu. Tuahine Troop.
This is the first Nahoku Hano Hano Award for the 22-member group that was born out of the Kawai Huelani Center for Hawaiian Knowledge.
And so that's why we got all together, and we had alumni and those that were currently in the course, the Papamele classes.
It was such a great way to open up, and the energy of all of them. Congratulations. And I believe did you put together the Ha'i Girls?
Yes, my wife and I.
Okay.
They come from our halau.
Okay, they come from the halau. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say my wife and I did this with Tracy last time she was here. We have to just spill a little tea. Is there when there's a little conflict of interest with the husband, do we take separate, do we go, how does that work?
Oh, because it always happens.
Okay.
Right? That's real life.
Yeah.
That's reality TV.
And how is it, Kiave, having a halau with your wife, Tracy Kiave Lopez?
It's a dream come true. It's heavenly. She's my queen, and I just love working with her. It's really, really wonderful to work with your spouse. Yeah, for sure.
You two, so you have all this haumana, and then you at home have these 3 beautiful children that you are raising together. One who just happens to be our Miss Aloha Hula. And as I was preparing for today, I read something shocking. This morning, actually, she won this competition by 63 points. I have never known of that. That is absolutely, when did you find out about that?
Probably later on in the night. I didn't know. Yeah.
But I mean, we can take a moment because that's pretty shocking.
It was shocking when they said the actual point.
Right.
And then it was very surprised, very pu'iwa, but very grateful, thankful, that the journey actually produced something that was honorable for the judges, the esteemed panel of judges, and for the Hula community for sure.
And you now have back-to-back Miss Aloha Hula, right?
Yes.
And now you have this haumana that you're putting. Actually, let's go back to Pi'ikea's her mele. Did you write all of that for her?
I wrote her chant, her woli, and her actual hula olapa that she danced on the stage. And basically, Tracy and I were inspired to actually honor her lineage of hula, which comes from Dadis Wilson and O'Brien Selu. So going back to Navai'ehau Puna and to the Puna areas, the entire chant is to honor Puna. More importantly, to honor the East. More importantly, to honor your hikina, or your arrival to each and every endeavor in your life starts with a hikina, starts with a East. For those that have paved the way, who have violet kiala, who have supported, inspired you along the way to each arrival in your life. But before we honored our East, or her East, with Daddy Wilson and Puna, we honored the East of every judge there because we thought it appropriate to honor their lineages prior to honoring ours. And so if you watch PE in her oli, she acknowledges, she turns to every judge and she honors their hikina, or their East, or the people that have paved the way for their lineage of hula.
That is so magical. Thank you so much. That is incredible. And talk about a lot about legacy. And as you clearly, you're now sharing this. What is something that you wish for your mo'opuna from Pi'ikea?
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna?
Well, yeah, that's kind of, why did you go there, McKenna? Oh gosh. I can speak for Tracy, and our hope is that the work that we've done in stewarding over what our kumuhula thought best for us to take care of, and that we pass on to our students wouldn't have been in vain, and that it'll continue for generations to come for sure.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much to you and Tracy and your entire family for all the work that you do in our community.
Wow, thank you. Mahalo nui. Mahalo.
Whopper has never tasted better. Over a quarter pound of flame-grilled beef, crisp produce, a perfectly toasted bun, every detail stacked just right. Whether it's been weeks or years, try the Whopper again, just $5.49 on Wednesdays.
Aloha, Hawaii Dental Service.
Sure. Let me walk you through your coverage.
Yes, we can make that change.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
When mabalin ko nga'y Palawan, iti Ilocano.
Thank you. Have a great day.
A smile doesn't have to be seen to be felt.
Mahalo for calling.
Delivering smiles every day. We're HDS.
Our regulars love ASB's Buy Local Hawaii program.
Local people love saving money. Who doesn't? It's a win-win. It's nice that the small businesses are supported as well as the customers. They get the savings right at checkout.
Get out and support Buy Local Hawaii merchants by using any ASB Visa debit card to get exclusive discounts. ASB has saved locals more than $1.5 million and counting. Buy Local Hawaii by American Savings Bank.
UH Manoa bound, huge win. Now let's make it even better by scoring a full year of free tuition from UHFCU. Just upload a 1-minute video telling us why you deserve it. Find all the details on HNN's Facebook or Instagram. Apply and enter today.
Welcome back to Talk Story. Hula is life. My next guest is our reigning Miss Aloha Hula 2022, who also won the coveted Hawaiian Language Award at the 2022 Merrie Monarch Festival. She is the first Kanaka Oiwi to be featured in the Nike N7 collection that celebrates indigenous communities and honors various indigenous cultures and traditions. Her daddy is Kiave Lopez and her mama is Kumu Hula and Miss Aloha Hula 1994, Tracy Kiave Lopez. She's had quite a year, and we welcome her now from Kala Onohimai o Ha'ehae, Miss Aloha Hula 2022, P.E.K. Lopez. Aloha, P.E.K.
Aloha e makena, mahalo nui a oe no ki kono ana mai ia'u, e kipa e luana like me oe I ke ia la, mahalo nui a oe.
Oh, girl, I feel all of that. E ola ka ole aloha Hawaii, mahalo nui. You have had an incredible year, P.E.K. Just tell me how you're feeling as this reign is coming to, it's not an end because you'll have her forever.
Of course not.
But just tell me a little bit about your year as Miss Aloha Hula.
I'm just thankful for everyone who has made conversation with me, who has brought themselves into my life, and who continue to support me. It was a big year and lots of traveling, so I had really good people in my corner, and I'm so thankful to all of them for making this a great year for me.
Yes, so memorable. And then we have to talk about how Nike came into your life, because I have to tell you, it is just so beautiful to see your whole life's work, and you're there representing your halau, your mom and your dad. What was that like?
It was very eye-opening, and I was proud that when we went up actually to go see our billboard in LA, my dad was like, "That's my name." I was like, "Yes, that's your name." And I'm so proud that I, as the eldest daughter, could carry on that kuleana for them and make them proud parents.
Girl, you're not even my baby girl, but I am proud of you, okay? And I am so proud of just the woman you are becoming, and you've become, how old are you?
22.
Oh, girl, the world is your oyster. Let me tell you, your beautiful life is ahead of you. And what does it mean? You know, we're here talking about Olelo Hawaii, which you were bred in, your mom and your dad, how you've grown up. You teach at my alma mater, Roosevelt High School, right? How is that for you to be a student of that and now have students of your own?
It's so funny because I'm like, I see myself in all of these students, because you don't really know when you're learning the olelo that like you need to take care of it. So becoming a teacher, from a student to a teacher, you kind of shift your gears a little bit to kind of affect them a certain way so that they don't treat it like, oh, it's just a language. But I like to tell my kids that it's your kuleana now. You're gonna be the kupuna when you have kids. So it's your responsibility to carry on the language so that you can be that kupuna that they talk about when they grow up. Yeah.
You are your father's daughter. I just was talking story with your dad. He got very emotional about thinking about his mo'opuna, the future that comes from you. And what is important now as we are here celebrating Hula and Merrie Monarch Week, but what is important for you to just maybe when you go out on that stage to share with Olelo Hawaii?
Just to make sure that the Olelo is always in your corner, to always learn it if you can. There's many opportunities out there in the world on social media. Everybody loves social media nowadays. So there's a lot of people like Kahanuola with his Eho'opili Mai is always a great resource to have. And just to touch on it if you can while you're going through hula, because it's important for you to portray it in the dance, and it's gonna be a really good connection that you cannot really fake, you know? So you need that language to really show what the hula and the mele and the lyrics are saying in those mele that you dance.
Yeah, I just have to ask for some tea because I have to be, what is it like growing up in that hale? Like, what's it like?
Oh, we love it, honestly. we go from English to Hawaiian all the time. It's so funny.
Oh, really?
It's like, you talk to me in English and then I'll talk to you in Hawaiian, and then all of a sudden we'll switch.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what is something helpful, because obviously this is something that you're ohana, but for people who are watching and we're talking about sharing and learning more about and having more thousands and thousands of people more learn this language, what's a good first step, you think?
I love mele. My father's a mele person. I love mele. I grew up with mele. We went to his mele classes with Uncle Kimo when we were young. So I feel like the best way to learn a language is through their mele.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's powerful. It's definitely how it's helping me learn. You know, I was talking to Keahi Tucker the other day, and he said that moment after you were crowned Miss Hula 2022 on a rainy night in Hilo, you went up there and your first interview with this rain, you answered in our native language. And he and many probably people at home in Hawaii that were watching didn't understand much of what you said. But what Keahi said was he felt it. What did you feel like being able to share and to have all of your hula, your training, your olelo Hawaii? What was that moment like for you?
I felt like there was no better way to give my interview.
Pi'ikea Lopez, our new Miss Aloha Hula this year. What a fantastic moment. Congratulations. While they were announcing your fantastic prizes, you went and knelt down on the stage and delivered a beautiful chant to the judges with your parents behind you in tears. An incredible moment. What were you conveying at that time?
Oia ka ke oli a ui oli ai no ko ukahiko a he ho'ohano ia ina puna ai ole na hikina ke kahua a pau o ke la me ke ia luna loi loi o kamea nui o no ko ho'ohano ana ia la ko no me I ole la ko a ole man ko mane I ke ia lona.
And you got 100% on your Hawaiian language.
It didn't come out as English for me. When he asked me the questions, I was trying to like think, oh, they gotta understand this. But I was like, it's not coming out of my mouth. The English is not coming out of my mouth. So I had to be like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. And I'm sorry, Keahi, but we're gonna do this. And you're such a sport, and we loved it. But I knew that the first thing that came out of my mouth had to be Hawaiian. It was the only true way to represent now the title holder with that Hawaiian language award to speak in Olelo Hawaii.
Yeah, you know, Miss Aloha Hula is a very proud role, and it is very something you reach. And I have to tell you, 63 points I found out. I was telling your dad, did you hear in Edith Kanakwa Ole Stadium, did you hear that a jump of scores?
I heard the whoa.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Miss Aloha Hula 2022 with 1,168 points. Pi'ikea ke hihene lehua, the vehi I ke kauonohi Lopez. From Kala o nohi mai o ha'e.
But not after that. I was like, oh, what was the whoa about? What happened?
And did you just sit and just in gratitude?
Oh, definitely. At first I was like, oh my gosh, that's my name. Is that my name? Wait, everybody's cheering around me. Okay, that is my name. And then I was just like, oh, so honored, humbled that the story came across. to the audience because you could feel them, and to the judges that it touched them. And that was my main kuleana to do when I stepped on that stage, was to make sure that they were touched by our story and what was put on that stage.
You did it so well, sister. We are here in 2023. What is P.E.K. Lopez going to be doing with Olelo Hawaii, with Hula, 10 years from now? Let's speak it into existence.
10 years from now, let's see. Let's try and teach powerlifting, strength training in Hawaiian.
Oh, I am here for it.
I would love
gains,
that.
Girl.
Right? The games. I love it.
Okay, we're all about that. Yeah, you're like,
we're thinking big.
We're thinking big. I am, okay, I will be an investor, okay?
Yes, of course.
P.E.K., you are a prime example of just this beautiful being. You're all hulali, and I am so proud of you. Congratulations to you on this epic year, and thank you for being here with me.
Mahalo nui a'oe.
All right, Liam, take it to break.
All I heard was boom, like a big crash, and my hand is mangled. As a cook, that's #1 priority, is having your hands. I was in a dark spot, really, really dark. Nicole from Levitt Yamani Sodnara, she said let her, take care of everything, and she did. I'm cooking again, I'm back in the kitchen, so I got a good future ahead of me.
We hope you never need us, but if you do, we'll be here for you.
Explore the universe through a Hawaiian lens at Imiloa, Hilo's bilingual science center. Dive into hands-on exhibits that connect science with culture. Travel across the stars in our high-definition planetarium. Wander our lush native gardens. And taste Hawaii-grown freshness at Lehua Restaurant. Plan your voyage today at imiloahawaii.org.
Welcome to Lamaku Tower at Kahuina, an elegant beacon of modern living, guiding you to your vibrant and promising future. A lifestyle of gracious interiors and resort-style amenities. An easy walk to the finest restaurants and shopping in urban Honolulu. 1, 2, and 3-bedroom homes available. Imagine yourself here at Kahuina. Visit our website or our sales gallery.
Stanford Car Development. We know Hawaii and we build for Hawaii.
Recovery is more than rebuilding structures. It's restoring spirit. Across Maui, healing is happening in quiet ways. In conversations, in shared stories, in the touch of caring hands, and in spaces where culture, community, and compassion help people find their way forward. Papa'ola Lokahi, investing in healing that comes from within community.
Aloha everyone and welcome back to Talk Story. Hula is life eola ka Olelo Hawaii. My next guest is a kumu, linguist, scholar, researcher, writer, and Hawaiian composer who is Professor Emeritus of Hawaiian Language at the University of Hawaii at Manoa and Executive Director of Ulu, a nonprofit he founded to train the next generation of Hawaiian language mentors. Here with me now in Hale Talk Story is Puakea Nogomaya. Aloha e Puakea.
Hey, aloha kaua.
Mahalo nui for being here. It really is an honor to have you here.
Oh, mahalo ike kono.
Oh my goodness, this is so great. We're here talking eola ka Olelo Hawaii and really the pilina between Hula and Olelo Hawaii. And if you can just share a little ike on that.
Sure, Mika. And what I would want to say is uaola. Actually, language is thriving. We're in a position now. It's wonderful. The connection with Hula is it is the foundation of Hula. The poetry of Hula is sort of the distillation of ideas into poetic form. That is the foundation of the dance. No other dance really relies on a text. If you look at even other Polynesian dances, many times they don't all rely on text. You can dance without words. You can't dance hula without words. So it's the base, it's the foundation, it's the building block that makes it happen. And the hula is the pictures in the book, sort of.
You have spent your life dedicated to the elevation of Olelo Hawaii, and to watch the resurgence and the renaissance of what's happened in the last 40 years, how does that make you feel?
Actually, it's a really fun place to be watching from, because it's actually more than 40 years. Actually, I start learning language, it's almost 50 years ago, it's 47, 48 years. And Hula was how I learned language. Yeah, don't change those eyes. So, but it was, I got pulled into Hula. We all kind of got drafted into a new men's class under Mililani Allen. And the very first introduction was, we learned kavika. We learned a single verse of kavika after we learned some feet. And recognizing that there was not only, this honors a king, which implies a kingdom, but it's in a language I had never heard. I lived in Waianae at the time. I came here when I was 18, had been there for 2-3 years. I'd heard lots of languages. I had never heard Hawaiian. So it really opened a whole new door of interest. And that's where I started to learn the language and came to love it. Yeah,
of course. So. Do you mind if we share with the people of Hawaii just that first line, Eia no kavika, and what the motions were?
Eia no kavika, kahekea o nā pua. And it's here, behold kavika, in effect. You know, kahekea o nā pua is the foremost of all the blossoms. And there's so much in that, because pua, of course, is a flower, but a pua is also the offspring. So any, whether they're young or old, they are the offspring of the previous generation. They are the pua. So, you know,
like
yeah, it's such a doorway into understanding. And I have to say, you know, for many years I memorized the chants, but I didn't understand them until I had to learn Hawaiian to understand. And it puts color in the black and white photo. It fills in all the gaps. It makes it make sense. And many of the kumu who don't fully understand Hawaiian, they've learned a whole body of understanding that parallels that text. Once they learn Hawaiian, it just sort of connects it all up. It's really powerful.
It's powerful, it's magical. And you just said to me when I really had to learn Hawaiian, what was that time in your life when you really had to learn Hawaiian?
Okay, there's actually a moment. We had been put in a chant class with Edith McKinsey and Edith Kanakaole. We memorized chants and we presented them. It was 1976, and it was an effort to sort of show the world that chant still lived, but it was also to make chant be alive, because there were very few people that really knew it. So we did this, and I was a careful memorizer. We did a performance. I walked off the stage. This handsome older gentleman came up to me and spoke to me in Hawaiian. And I had to apologize and say, "I'm sorry, uncle, I don't speak Hawaiian." He said, "But how can you know what you chanted?" I said, "Well, I memorized the English." And that sounded shallow then. And then he said, "But how can you know how well you did?" And I don't even know what I answered. I know I fumbled some answer. And he just said, "You did real well, boy," and turned and walked off. And that moment, I just thought, why don't I know this language? You know, why would I not fully understand? And really, that was the launching point of, I'm going to learn this language.
Absolutely.
Off we went. It's 20 years later that I see his picture on my friend's refrigerator. Well, wait, who is this man? Who is this man? It was Auntie Edith Kanakaole's husband, Luca. Yeah.
I have to ask, what was it like to learn from the legend that is Edith Kanakaole?
She was the most powerful influence in my life at the time. Just almost everything that she told us, you just took it to heart. It was offered with such sincerity. She was always positive. She was just, many things, I can quote many things that we learned in that class, word for word, because that's the impact it had. And she was working with Edith McKinsey, who is another legend in her time, but a different body of knowledge, different presentation. So I might not be able to quote Auntie Edith McKinsey as much, but Edith Kanakaole left marks on my heart. She had just given us all of the sort of confidence and the value of what we were doing. She always really encouraged, what you are doing is really important. And me, you know, I'm haole maoli, right? I'm the, you know, package. And she came one night and said that, you know, she'd been criticized for teaching deep Hawaiian culture, and we weren't all Hawaiian blood. And she looked right at me and said, I believe that knowledge perpetuates by teaching people, or is perpetuated by teaching those who care. And you all care. You know, those who are interested are the ones that'll carry it on. And she said, I'm very proud to be teaching all of you. I want you to know that. That really affected, you know, the rest of my life in a lot of ways. There's, you know, sometimes there's flack about, yeah, I still won't be Hawaiian next week. But
I think that is very important to share with the people of Hawaii because people are scared to learn if they're not of Hawaiian blood or Hawaiian ancestry.
I think that's a very modern kind of setting that's become a little intense. And so I just dismissed it pretty much. I mean, I hear it, I hear you saying that, and I don't mean to offend you, but I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm doing it because I'm trying to do it well, and I'm trying to expand it out. That was the goal from the beginning, is make it flourish. Eola. Well, Eola, not Eola makahaiki, Eola makalaula. Yeah. So
you hear that? If you want to learn Olala Hawaii, go right ahead. Mahalo for that.
it's important, I think. And her idea of knowledge goes on by being carried forward. And it's carried by those who care. So, care. That's another piece, care. You want to learn, care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are speaking to my heart right now, and I, in my humble opinion, you're one of the best hakumele of our time. And if I can talk to you just a little bit about your style of hakumele, how do you pick what you reference in your songs too?
You know, actually, the whole taking of ideas and putting them into poetic imagery is, I think that's the real foundational art of Hawaiian poetry. And Kavena wrote a lot on how the kauna is never in the song. The kauna is the impetus for the song. And so whatever is the driving idea is what helps you pick the kind of imagery that should carry that.
Absolutely.
And then that picks the words that you're going to put together. And really, that's the recipe, basically.
The art of hakumele.
Yeah, you got it. Now you don't have to take my class.
All right,
Yeah.
we've got lots more with Puakia coming up after the break. Liam.
If you go a little beyond the beach, you'll discover the spirit of the islands that's been here all along. Art, music, dance, language, food, and people. The Polynesian Cultural Center. Plan your adventure.
A home is one of your most important investments, so you'll want to choose a custom home builder with a history of exceptional results. Gill Construction specializes in residential construction and large-scale remodels across Oahu and Kauai. From the initial consultation to receiving the keys to your dream home, our goal is to craft your home to fit your vision and budget, from foundation to finish. We're proud of the homes we create, and we look forward to working with you on yours.
You never know when a disaster's gonna hit, yeah? Tsunamis, earthquakes, whatever. Lucky for me, I'm ready.
Oh, that's a big chuck, brother. But what are you really doing to be ready?
What you mean? I got my backpack right here. Water, band-aids, boom, I'm ready.
Pretty good. But I went one step more better. I got all of my routes mapped out. I got my Ohana checklist. I even have all of my important documents right here.
Oh, how you remember all that?
Haima makes it easy with the emergency preparedness checklist.
Thanks, brother. Stay ready.
So you can be ready.
It's a Kako thing.
Aloha everyone and welcome back to Talk Story Hula is Life Eola Kaolelo Hawaii, learning so many beautiful things about our indigenous language. Here now with Puakia Nogomeyer. You have been busy. There's so many things. Let's talk about Awaiaulu.
Awaiaulu was set up 20 years ago. We were already deeply involved. Revitalization is a dynamic movement. What's happening in Hawaii becomes a model for so many other places. So we were fully engaged in that. As the repository of Hawaiian that was printed in the century and a half before that came to light, how big that was and how dense it was and how little of it had been touched. In 2003, I had done a dissertation that explained there's 2 million pages of material printed in Hawaiian, more than all of the native languages of North America combined.
Wow.
More than all the rest of the Pacific combined. And we've used 2% of it. 98% of it lay there untouched. So we launched in there. It became really clear that we work hard to make Hawaiian language books for the Hawaiian language community, but most of the Hawaiians out there couldn't read them. So my friend Dwayne Steele said, it's not only about language, it's about knowledge. He said, we have to keep making Hawaiian books, but we have to make that available in English. So we should always translate and make them available in both languages. I said, there are no translators. So he said, you're a translator? Let's make translators. So Awaiaulu was set up to make people who were already fluent able to do this kind of work. And in the process of them learning, we create new product that feeds the whole
This is the
nation.
future.
So this is a product of that. And I'd love to have you look at this, see, open it to any page. So it's Hawaiian on the left, English on the right.
Amazing.
Now this is a story that has not been available even to Hawaiian speakers for 100 years. We actually published the Hawaiian text for this in 1996, and it was a breakthrough. 20 years later, 25 years later, we published it again, and we were able to upgrade the Hawaiian because the resources that are available today are better. So we were able to improve the Hawaiian, but provide an English for the entirety. Now this is material that most people have never had access to. It's the original writer, Samuel Kamakau, who was educating the nation at the time. And this is the order in which he did it, the order in which, the content that he had included, and for the first time it'll be available in English. So we're very, very pleased.
I can feel the mana in the words that come. I can feel it out of this.
I know it's a tome, and we're going to make it available as an ebook and whatnot, but it's hard to get that much resource in one place. We knew if we published it as a Hawaiian volume and an English volume, it just doesn't articulate as clearly. This way, I don't know how your Hawaiian is.
We're getting there.
Well, this is the reason that we made this book. You can read the English side of it, and if you say, well, how would that have been said in Hawaiian? It's right there. If you were a Hawaiian reader, you can read the Hawaiian and you think you get it. Well, here's the English just to make sure that you can confirm that. There's a lot of people read and they get most of it. But to translate, you have to deal with every letter on the page. So you got to get all of it.
All of it.
So we put
you
a
know,
lot
I'll
of
share this with you. I actually started Papa Olelo Hawaii in January. Get very, not anxious, but I just get the sentence structure is very difficult for me when I get to, and then it's in my head of like, okay, you can figure this out, you know? But when I read Puke, and I have some of the books in Olelo Hawaii that I just read, there's so much power, and that's how I connect and understand it more.
I could not be more encouraging. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Personally, I think Hawaiian is a very easy language to learn. It's hard to learn well. But as an entry, you know, you can get really a lot if you just apply yourself. And, you know, all of a sudden things, surprising, you have a hula background and a mele background. All of a sudden those start to fall in place. It's like, do you realize what they're talking about? And it's as though they're talking to you. You don't have a bridge to go across, you're there. So just keep it up. That builds all the time.
I'm committed. You were speaking now to the audience that we are about to watch Kahiko Night of Merrie Monarch, and we're going to hear and kahe a lot of different, what do you look forward to on nights like this?
Actually, a lot of it is the language. I'm actually watching, I love good hula, and I've loved good hula for a long, long time. But how the hula is representing the content of that mele is really what I look for the closest. How are they presenting I've been a language judge at the hula competitions for many, many years. And so I'm listening to how they present it, but really for Merrie Monarch, I'm watching it. How do they embody that in the dance? As that's the art of the kumu, is to take this meaning and have it represented. So that's where my eyes are.
Absolutely.
It's connected to my ear.
How beautiful. I could speak to you for hours and hours, but I have to ask you one last question. You've spent your years, 50 years. What is the legacy of Puakia Nogamai?
Students. As soon as I started to be at least good enough to teach, I loved teaching. I was asked to teach. I didn't want to. As soon as I took on a classroom, I realized you can make other people love what you love. My students will do fabulous things.
It's so great, right? Oh, thank you so much for making the time. And where can everyone find this book?
It's almost sold out, sorry. There's a few at the Palace Gift Shop. There's some at the Hawaiian Historical Society in Kealopiko. I think Namea Hawaii might have a few.
Okay.
It'll be in reprint by July.
Well, they're going to be sold out by tonight, too.
You can have that, yeah. So, so you don't have to go shopping.
Thank you. This is so beautiful. I cried every day.
You have to promise you will read it, okay? And Makola Hawaii.
I will.
Lele Manao Elua, okay?
This is very special. Very special, Makana. Thank you. Okay, mahalo nui for being here. Liam, take us to break.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. And Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Inspired by the legacy of those who once carried the voices of Hawaii to the nation's capital, the Office of Hawaiian Affairs Na'elele o Kahikina Congressional Fellows Program is designed to cultivate the next generation of Native Hawaiian public servants. The Congressional Fellowship prepares emerging leaders to serve as informed, effective, and culturally grounded representatives of the Lahui, carrying Hawaii and our values into the rooms where policy is shaped. Apply at oha.org.
E makahio ia ka onaiao ma imiloa, ko hilo ki ko aina e pekema. E na nea I na ho ike e kālailai ana I ke ake aka mai mo ko mo'o meheu.
Alaila o ke ia he mo'o lelo.
E kilo I na hoko o ka lewa ma ka hale a o kilo lani. E maka I ka I ia ka mala mea kanu o iwi. E ai na ono o ka aina ma ka hale aina o lehua. E kele aku no I imiloa Hawaii ki ko oro ka.
Your Alabama beach getaways are best when you unplan your day. So take a cherished photograph somewhere off the beaten path with sugar sand. We sure are glad to have you unplan your trip in Sweet Home, Alabama.
Talk Story Hula is life eola ka'olelo Hawaii. You know, Hawaii was the first state with 2 official languages and educational pathways. The Aha Punana Leo has been at the tip of the spear, leading the Hawaiian language revitalization and normalization movement for 40 years. When Aha Punana Leo was founded in 1983, there were fewer than 30 speakers of the Hawaiian language under the age of 18. Today, there are over 25,000 Hawaiian language speakers, and Aipule, that number only multiplies in the years to come. Here now with me to talk about their mission in our community is Kumu Alakai, Kamaka Likolehua Legon, and one of her keiki from Punana Leo o Nu'uanu, Holokai Kahalivai. Aloha Kamaka me Holokai.
Aloha.
Oh, mahalo nui, Holokai. Nohoi lalo. Wow. Hi, sister.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. Mahalo nui. Before we get into the amazing work that Aha Punana Leo is doing, you are no stranger to that Merrie Monarch stage, and you definitely speak Olelo Hawaii. How is Hula and Olelo Hawaii, how is that pilina for you?
For me, Hula is Olelo Hawaii. And I'm just super grateful that I've had, you know, Kumu Kiave and Kumu Tracy Lopez of Kala'una Himayo Ha'e, where I've really gotten to grow and expand my olelo. They teach us how important olelo Hawaii is, to nurture it, care for it. And when they teach us these hula, these mele, these oli, they're teaching us the backstory, where it comes from, who wrote it, because it's really important to understand what, you know, what's being told. And once you fully understand it, you can completely embody it and share the mo'olelo with everyone. Yeah.
Hula, for me, it was a bridge too, you know, it helped me learn simple words or sentences, right? Mele. And it clearly is passing on through your work at Ahupuna Leo, 40 years celebrating the anniversary. Tell me some of the work that you guys have been doing.
Well, it all starts 40 years ago. We have to give credit to that hui of Olelo Hawaii educators who set that kahua, that foundation for us to be able to continue Olelo Hawaii. A following year, we started our first Kula Kamali'i at Kauai. Fast forward 40 years later, here we are with 13 sites across all the islands. I mean, 5 here on Oahu.
What about babies? There's so many programs that Ahupuna Leo actually offer.
We are opening up Hi'ipepe this coming August, so look out for that. That's going to be Hilo Hawaii, Wai'anae Oahu. He leo mahalo ke ia I ke lamo kanaka I hiki ke ho'opa'a kia kahua no kako. They definitely paved the way for our kiki to ho'ola I ka olelo.
Yes, perfect for our kamali'i. Peheo oi hola kai.
Mai kai.
Mai kai hola no mai oi.
Aloha o hola kai ku'i noa o e ha o uwaka hiki do hofo wa ewa o Adulao Kenny Ku'ubaba Kua. Eola Kolelo Hawaii.
Okay. All right. Okay. How do I have children like this and put them in Ahupuna Leo?
I know. You know, when Ohana do join Punana Leo, they're committing themselves. They're signing up for an Ohana-based kula. We're not just growing the keiki, but we're growing all together as a Ohana. When you apply, your Ohana is going to get bigger. It's not just going to be you, your keiki, and your kane, your wahine. It's going to be 30 more families with you. Punana Leo is definitely the place to go. If you're trying to olelo Hawaii, you want a bigger family, you want kako'o, come to Punana Leo.
Yes.
You just eat it all up.
Oh, yes. Okay, sold.
If you want to learn more, please go to our website, ahapunanaleo.org, sign up, join the Ohana.
That's beautiful. Thank you, mahalo nui, for the work that you and Ahupuna Leo are doing. Congratulations on 40 years. All right, Liam, so take us back. Actually, holokai se ahui ho?
Ahui ho.
All right, Liam.